Hi, my name is Madison Edwards, if you don't know me already, and I filmed a tutorial on this look right here. I've been wearing it all day, and of course you can see it has stayed on, so, yeah, let's get right to it. So, I started off by using the L'Oreal Infallible foundation. It's literally my absolute favorite. I mixed two shades and I just blended in with a big fluffy brush, and I try to tap it and blend at the same time to get more of a, I guess you could say, flawless complexion. But yeah, I mainly focus, the main part that takes up my makeup routine is just blending, just to make sure everything looks, I don't want to say natural because obviously I'm wearing lots of makeup, but just to make it look more like my skin. And now I'm doing my eyebrows. This is just a palette that I got from a FabFitFun box, and I really like one of the shades in it for my eyebrows. So yeah, I'm just taking that, and I try to start at the middle of the beginning of my brow, because you don't want to start at the very beginning, and because you kind of get a little bit of a blocky, kind of look. And I mean, if that's for you, that's cool, but it's just, not for me. And then I kind of draw out my tail. I just kind of like to accentuate how my natural eyebrows look. And that's why I like using the powder, because I feel like it gives it more of a natural finish rather than like the pomade kind of stuff. I feel like sometimes they can just look a little bit too fake, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I spend quite a long time on my eyebrows. But yeah, so I just come through them really good, and like I said, start at the middle of my eyebrow, and I'll kind of underline that, and then I'll overline on my tail of my eyebrow, and then I'll kind of blend towards the beginning of it to give it more of like a softer look, because you want it to kind of be more of like an ombre thing, I guess you could say, where it goes from like lighter to darker whenever it gets to the end of your eyebrow. And I'm just making sure I'm coming through, making sure there's just no harsh lines or anything. Then I take the e.l.f. Camouflage Concealer for a base for my eyeshadow, because I have really veiny eyelids, and I find that if you want to get a really good eye look, you definitely need to prime your eyes. And now I'm just cutting my eyebrows, just kind of make them look a little bit sharper, just clean them up a little bit. So yeah, that's what I was doing. And the brushes I'm using mainly are all from, except for the face brushes, they're mainly all from the Jaclyn Hill collection that she released whenever she released her first palette with Morphe. And that brush, I don't even know where I got it. I think I got it on like Amazon or something. I'm not sure, but I really like using it on my eye to pat everything in. And there's the Jaclyn Hill palette. And so I was taking a transition shade and using it all over my lid. Making sure, and the main thing to remember is you can always add more, but you can never take away. So that's why whenever I do my eyeshadow, it's a constant, adding and blending, adding and blending, adding and blending, just to get everything kind of seamless. So, and then I mix these two shades to build up the halo effect, I guess you could say. Because that's the eye look that I did today. I did a halo around the eye. So I take it on the outer corner and then on the inner corner, just kind of building up that color. Alright, I'm doing it on this eye too. And then I also want to bring it above where you're going to put your shimmer as well, because it is a halo. I'm just really blending it out. I love blending. Honestly, makeup it relaxes me. I'm taking a little pointier brush and a darker shade, and I'm putting that on the outer corners and on the inner corners just to deepen it up. And make it a little bit darker as well. Plus, I feel like this shade, especially because I have hazel eyes, and I really like to make the green to stand out more in my eye. So I tend to go for more purpley, burgundy shades, a lot of more neutral tones. I used to try a lot with color, but I don't know. I feel like it kind of washed me out a little bit. And so right there, I'm just taking that. Oh, well, never mind. This is my first voiceover. Okay, give me a break. I'm probably about to do it again anyway, so I'll tell you what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm doing on that eye as well, just deepening up my corners. And then I'm taking the brush that I use for the transition shades, and I'm just blending that out a little bit more. And then deepening it up. That's what I'm saying, like adding and blending, adding and blending. And there I go, blending. And I'm also trying to bring it out as well, like extend further than my eyebrow. Because I feel like that just kind of widens your eyes and makes them look a little bit bigger. And I feel like I kind of have smaller eyes. So whenever I do my makeup, I try to make them look a little bit bigger. And then now for the shimmer. I've learned that if you spray the shimmer, like a shimmer eyeshadow with a setting spray before you put it on your eye, it just makes it so much more pigmented. And it also helps with the glitter fallout too. And helps it stay on all day long. The Morphe one is amazing. As you saw at the beginning of the video, I've been wearing this makeup since literally 9 a.m. and it has not moved. So right here, I'm just kind of softening out the edges of the shimmer with the darker shades. Just because, like I said, I don't like any harsh lines or anything like that. I want to just make everything as seamless as possible. So yeah, that's what I'm doing there. Show. And my favorite thing to do to widen my eyes is to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. I feel like that really helps to open them up. And highlight my brow bone. And now I'm using the e.l.f. Camouflage Concealer to highlight and conceal, of course. Because I just started a full-time job and I'm exhausted all the time. So I have bags under my eyes. I'm sure people can relate. And I also take just a little bit of this lighter one just to give it a little bit more coverage, but also to brighten my under eyes a little bit more. And I'm taking a brush just to sculpt it out a little bit. I feel like sometimes if you go straight in with the Beauty Blender, it can get a little bit messy. So with this, you can have a little bit more control over it. That's what I'm doing. I also bring it down my nose too. Not to slim it, but just to make everything a little bit more snatched, as we say in the beauty world, which I'm not necessarily in the beauty world, but you know, I like to think I am. And I'm also using it to, as you can see, to kind of clean up my eyeshadow as well. And now I'm going in with the Beauty Blender just to blend everything out, make sure there's no harsh lines or anything. And also the Beauty Blender, damp Beauty Blender, also sucks up any excess product as well. The brush is more to like blend it out, and if you want extra full coverage in the Beauty Blender, you can get more of a lighter color. And then this is also an e.l.f. Camouflage Concealer. It's a little bit darker shade. And one of the key things I've learned is I used to do this with the Beauty Blender, but I found it a lot easier to control using a brush. I was watching Real Housewives. And the key thing is to blend up. Don't blend down because it'll bring your face down. And I have a very round face, so I like to chisel these cheekbones, or at least make it look like I have cheekbones. And also, it's summer, so I need to look tan, of course. So yeah, I'm just doing that on the same side here. Yeah, just blending up and being very gentle, and also trying to pat rather than swipe also helps a ton, because it can look a little bit streaky if you swipe too much. Just using little circular upward motions. And also make sure you're blending into your hairline. I feel like I forgot to do that today. And I can see it now, and oh my gosh. I have on fake tan, so this is to match my neck. And right there, I'm just using a little bit of a lighter shade of the L'Oreal foundation just to blend everything together. Make sure there's no harsh lines or anything. I feel like I've said harsh lines so many times in this. And then this Dermablend, I just started using this, and I'm obsessed with it. I used to use Laura Mercier, never going back. So I blended everything out with the Beauty Blender, and now I'm using the damp Beauty Blender to apply the powder and just patting it into the skin. What I love about this is that it doesn't crease. Like, it doesn't crease. There's no flashback on the camera or anything like that, and it's just like makes everything so flawless. And I don't know how I ever lived without this product before, but I did. And I tend to get really oily, so I don't powder my entire face because I do like to have like a little bit of a glow, but I highlight, I kind of powder where I get oily the most, and I also use it to chisel out those cheekbones that I do not have. And now I'm doing my lower lash line to just pull everything together. Sometimes I like to leave my lower lash line alone, like I won't do anything to it, no mascara or anything, and it does look good sometimes, but with looks like these where the eyelids are so heavy, you kind of need to do it on the bottom too, just to, like I said, bring everything together. And as I'm doing that, I'm also making it kind of winged out past my eyebrow a little bit, just to get a little bit more of a smoky finish. And I took the transition shade first, and now I'm deepening up with the two colors that I mixed, just to deepen it up. And I'm also doing the halo thing that I'm doing on my upper eyes too. You'll see this in a second. I'm taking that darker shade. And then I'm using a little fluffy brush just to blend everything out. And then, yeah, I'm putting the shimmer just in the spot, kind of to match where the halo is on the top part of my eyes. And then just adding some mascara. This is Maybeline The Falsies. I didn't show it, but this is like, I've used this stuff literally since I was like 14. And I swear by it. I actually do have really long lashes, but I started wearing lashes like 2 years ago, and I feel like I can't wear makeup without them. There's the lashes. They're the Eyelure lashes. My favorite. Let's just kind of pat the setting spray in a little bit. And this is also a dupe for the NARS Laguna bronzer. I've used this for a really long time too. Cause it's not orange, which I really like. And it kind of just makes everything a little bit more chiseled. And some more depth to it. Because I feel like the contour, it does add some depth, but the one that I use, it's mainly to just kind of give some color back to my face. Just add it on my nose, a little kissy. And this blush is beautiful. This is the Milani Dolce Pink. I've used this for a really long time too. I feel like I need to change up some of the stuff that I do. I have been using a cream blush, but since I was really heavy on the powder today, I was kind of scared how it would work, because I only use a cream blush whenever I don't use any powder. So, and I do like to bring the blush on my nose and on my chin, on my forehead, just to kind of bring everything together. Now this highlighter, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's literally like $4 at Walgreens. And if you love highlighter like I do, you need to go get it. You need to go get it, especially if you want like that summer glow. You know, it's just, I think I've worn makeup without highlight like one time, and I did not feel complete the entire day. And just down my nose, on my little cupid's bow, and on my chin. Just highlight where the sun would naturally hit my face. And there's really nothing natural about how glowy I am right now, but it's okay. And that just to blend out any of the excess powder that there might be on my face. Then this is the Essence Brow Gel. It's clear. And I did this to just make my brows look a little bit thicker. I've been trying to grow my eyebrows out recently because I went a little overboard with the tweezing. And they're just finally coming back to life now. And I really have been liking doing a little bit of a fluffier brow, especially when I do heavier eye looks. I feel like it just ties everything together so well, and it just also kind of lifts up your face at the same time. It's really weird, but I noticed it whenever I was doing my makeup today. I had one done, I kind of looked in the mirror and I was like, okay. Now I'm adding on my lashes. I was using tweezers to do this for a long time, and then I kind of figured out how to do it without them, and it's honestly so much easier. Like, really. And then I'm just kind of pinching them together. I don't know why it didn't show me putting on the other one, but, and there we have it. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed it. This is my first YouTube tutorial. Hopefully I'll do another one soon. Thank you.